Discovery number 2. A new room and a new neighbor. The next morning, Breckan woke up and saw the white ceiling come into focus. White? He sat up with a jolt. Where were his blue walls? He looked around the room and saw red curtains billowing in the wind, and a metal door which was closed. His white curtains? His wooden door? He jumped out of bed and ran up to the door, banging on it and shouting, "Hey! What is going on? What is this place?" The door opened slowly and revealed his mother standing in the doorway, holding a plate of potatoes and spinach in her hand. Her dark hair was tied into a bun, and she was wearing a white suit and red stilettos and lipstick. She looked much more stern than the mom he'd been seeing around the house. "Mom, why?" "Because you know, sweetie. We couldn't risk you telling anyone. I know how much you and Julie gossip." I swear." "I won't tell her," he wanted to say. But that was a lie. How could he not tell his best friend that his parents were art thieves? "That's what I thought," she sighed and smiled wistfully as she put the plate on the ground. "I'm sorry about this, Petal, but really, in the end, you'll be much happier here." "Where is here?" Now, I can't tell you that, else you'd be able to run away more easily." "You're locking me up? Your own child?" His voice was strange, high-pitched and strained. "Don't think of it as that. Think of it as the start of your new life. Me and your father will come to live here too now that we don't have to pretend so much in front of you. The kids at your school will hear we've had to suddenly move to a new town, and they'll be none the wiser." "Uh, but, but I had a life." Breckan was becoming more desperate now. "I had friends. I had a school. I, I was supposed to go to Valentine's birthday party today." He slumped on the floor in desperation. His mother gave him a pat on the shoulder. "I can imagine this must all feel very unfair to you now, and for that, I'm sorry." She pulled her face in a twist. "But you'll see." With that, she left. Breckan sat on the floor a long while after that, long after the tip-taps of her stilettos had faded away into the distance. Still sitting on the floor, Breckan was jolted from his reverie by a knock on the door. He looked up. Hi. Can I come in?" It seemed to be a male voice, though it wasn't very low. It also seemed a bit shrill, as though the person speaking hadn't used it in a long while. "I don't know. Can you?" said Breckan. His own voice sounded a bit wobbly too, and not very nice. I, I don't mean that sarcastically. I'm not sure if the door is locked or not. I don't even have a handle on this side." "Oh, okay," said the voice. "I'll try. Wait." The door slowly opened and revealed a boy standing in the hallway. He looked a year or two older than Breckan and had very light blond hair, which stuck out in tufts from his head. His eyes were strange. One was a grayish color, whereas the other was a greenish blue. Like David Bowie, Breckan thought. He certainly looked as strange as Bowie used to look, what with his lanky frame and somehow dark eyebrows which did not match his hair at all. "Oh," said the boy, "you're on the floor. And you've left your dinner." It was true. Breckan really hadn't been in the mood to eat, and thus left his plate of spinach and potatoes sitting next to him on the floor, by now much too cold to be tasty. Can, can I eat it?" said the boy. "I don't know you," said Breckan. "That's true." The boy swallowed, dejected. He gave an awkward smile and extended his hand. "Uh, I'm Zoot. Nice to meet you. Breckan stood up, but he did not take Zoot's hand. How do I know I can trust you? I'm not asking for you to trust me, said Zoot, shrugging and lowering his hand. At least, not right now. Then, what are you asking? Well, I wanted to ask if you'd be my friend, but that's looking more and more unlikely. See, I'm your new neighbor. Or rather, you're my new neighbor. I was really looking forward to meeting you when I heard them cleaning up this room to let you move in. And your name is really Zoot? Well, it's what they call me. Hmm, okay. Breckan frowned, thinking. You know what? Here you go. He picked up the icy plate of food and the plastic spoon that came with it and thrust them both into Zoot's hand. Thanks, he said, looking mildly surprised. Zoot attacked it eagerly. He must have been hungry. He did look a little frail after all. Hey, Zoot? Hmm? Said Zoot, mouth full of potato. If I push you out of the way and run away, will you tell on me? I don't think. That's a good idea, he wanted to say, but he was already hurriedly pushed aside as Breckan stormed past him into the hallway.